7 to Mechatroid. Lord, you are in tune to the Big Homie What's Happening podcast show. Yes, sir. I am the one and only Big Homie Vino. Yes, sir. In conjunction with my partner with Nuff Said ENT, my brother, my homie, yes, sir. Was. Hey, look here. I'ma say a lot of things that you're not gonna like. I'm just trying to but say trust me, it's alright, cause it's all 100. Yo, what's happening? What's happening? I am your host, Big Homie Vino, and you are tuned into another episode of Big Homie What's Happening. I want to say yes. That's my brother who don't want nobody to know who he is. His name is Swas, and he's behind the camera. Yes. I want to say, like I always say, thank you so much for the support. We all are so grateful for our listeners, for the feedback. If you guys want to leave a comment, you can definitely leave a comment under the episode. You can also send a direct email to us if there's something that you want us to cover, talk about. The email is bighomie.whatsup@gmail.com. That's bighomie.whatsup@gmail.com. Now, before we go into anything else, I must go ahead and ask everyone to bow their heads so we can give a little prayer to the Lord, give him a little thanks, give him his shine, and then we'll get into what we got to get into. All right. Heavenly Father, we come to you today with an open heart and an open mind, and we just want to tell you thank you for everything that you do for us. Without you, we are nothing. And we just want you to continue protecting us, our family members, our loved ones. Continue to show us the way, Father. Lead us into righteousness. And as my mama said, I know you get tired of us asking for stuff, but my mama said you got it. So, hey, let's get it. Hey, here we go. All right. So, I'm feeling pretty good today. I follow 50 Cent because he makes me laugh. He cracks me up. But I noticed his brand, the Branson, and I could never find it. And I actually found it today. This is what it looks like. It only costs like $40 for this bottle. And if you're a Hennessy drinker or a Remy Martin drinker, I would recommend that you definitely give this a try. It is very smooth. Swas, my brother don't drink, he don't really drink liquor like that. He's on the health trip. So, but he took a shot. And what was your opinion?
Oh man, that's real smooth, man. I like that little brown, like when I used to drink it. Mm-hmm. Not too strong on the throat.
Yeah, exactly. Like drinking it is cool. Yeah. It heats up when it get down, but that's okay down now.
Yeah. That
lets you know it's that man.
And you can sip that.
I have no chase in here, no apple juice, no nothing, just some ice cubes. And I've been drinking. It's my second cup. Normally I don't drink it like that. I'll be slumped. Sis tried it too. What you think, sis? Hey, you already heard it. She said smooth. And she not banned from nowhere. She can go to all the places in D-Land. Swaps can't go nowhere. But, that's why we don't really hang out in public. But that's a whole nother episode. So, this week, I was going to talk about something else. But then I saw something. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk about it. Even though people don't talk about it. And that's probably a reason why I want to talk about it. But ultimately, we're just trying to save your fucking life too at the same time.
Yes, sir.
So, Swat's gonna do the little fancy stuff. He's gonna come in and he's gonna show y'all 2 clips. And after he show you the clips, we're gonna come back and then we're gonna speak on that. And it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Hey, y'all tune in.
Alright guys, I'm driving home from work, so I'm not going to look down too much. driving home, and I keep it playing in the back of my mind about the lady I was talking about in my live last night, Erica Nelson. That's her name. Her son is doing time. If guys didn't catch it, I didn't have very many people in there. Her son is doing time at Gulf Correctional Facility, Gulf Institution, whatever. Pretty sure it's Gulf Correctional Institution, but he's doing time for what, I don't know, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what he's in there for. What matters is she gets a phone call from him at 3 p.m. or around there, and he sounded really distraught and distressed and upset, and said that he's having some issues. I'm at a stoplight, coming up to a stoplight, having some issues, and asking if she can send money. There's guys pressing him in the background, demanding that she send money, or else kind of thing. So that she agrees. Finally, after going back and forth, got their Cash App information, said she would send it, gets off the phone, immediately calls down to the administrators. The administrators is like basically saying, well, don't know what to tell you. Like, okay, we'll go ahead and take care of it. We'll get him moved. But then ends up ultimately saying to her, he can't call on Mama for all his issues now. Like, he's in big boy camp. Tell him to quit calling his mom. And hung up the phone on her. Next thing you know, she was lied to and said that they moved him and he was isolated in protective custody. Oh my God, my double chin, y'all. Ugh. Anyway, so then she gets a phone call. This was at 3 p.m., roughly around there. 10 p.m. at night. Now, the first phone call she got was from the correctional phone calls. Second phone call around 10 at night from a cell phone. And she could hear her son being beaten damn near to death in the background, fighting for his life. Screaming for help. Begging for help. Nobody's coming. Now, mind you, in prisons and in jails, there's correctional officers in there for a reason. There is routine safety procedures that they go through. There are tactics they're supposed to use, de-escalation techniques. I mean, a number of things they are supposed to be using to implement into some sort of situation like this. Nothing. They did nothing. My opinion is because the guards are the majority of it orchestrating it. And I know that. I know that for a fact by my own time in my own life that I've dealt with things and seen things. I also know that because I've had family that are in there. Was in that same institution where they almost died also and had to get phone calls to the warden, to the governor, to anybody who listened to the news outlet. Literally, we had to go above everybody as hard as we could to get them moved out of there because they almost lost their life several times. Granted, we're not in there, so we don't know what's what, right? So we don't know if they're gambling or whatever, but it doesn't matter. Prisons are supposed to be rehabilitation, and that's not what's happening anymore. At all. It's literally an orchestrated political gang in there, ran by all gang members playing politics. Literally, they're playing politics in there. That's exactly what it is. It's gang politics, and if you don't believe me, look it up, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Nonetheless, though, for this poor boy, because I'm going with boy, it doesn't matter if he's 30 years old or if he's 18, it's still boy, because that's her baby, that's her son. Because even whenever you're vulnerable like that, you drop right back down to being like a kid mode, you know what I mean? So anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how old he was. None of that should have happened to him. She doesn't even know the full extent of his injuries. They won't tell her anything, which to me is ultimately wrong because there's an emergency contact set in place for this reason. Hence the name of it, emergency contact. So she didn't even get notified by the prison. She got notified by the dudes in there beating the snot out of him. Completely unacceptable. Like,
Latino and white inmates have similar standards.
It is a code, and it's basically death before dishonor. That's it. That's it. If you don't comply by those rules, you're going to be complied to.
The inmates' racial rules require obedience to a code that forbids prisoners from exercising with, bunking with, or eating with inmates of other races.
I'm pretty new to this, so I'm considered one of the soldiers. And when something comes up and happens within my car or within the white race, period, then I'm going to have to get up and I'm going to have to put it down.
You've seen both of the clips. The first clip, it is disturbing to a degree with me. It's probably very disturbing to you all. So just to kind of get you to understand what's going on, uh, the mother's son is incarcerated in prison, and he called home to talk to her. And when he was calling home, there was individuals that was keeping him a company while he was calling home, and he had to get a guarantee from his mother that she would cash app him. I mean, not cash app, but put money on his books because there was a situation and he needed to pay. But what she did, which, you know, any mother would have did it, she called the prison and they assured her that everything would be fine. And then she got a call later from a cell phone, and an individual was on the phone and he told her, you know, basically, you didn't send the money, or, you know, you called, whatever, did whatever you did. And she had to listen to her son get beat very bad. Now, myself, okay, so then after that, we had a clip come in where gentlemen that were, you know, in prison, and they were speaking about politics. And I'm going to bring all this together, and we're going to just title this episode Behind Enemy Lines. I like the way that sounds. So, I can speak on this because I have been in a super maximum prison with people that have life, triple life, double life. I've also been to a CM camp, which is close management, where that's just the worst of it can be. I've also been in the SHU, which what we call the box, for numerous investigations for gang activity, which I was acquitted of those things because there was no findings of those, or I would have had new charges for the individuals that got hurt. But needless to say, I feel I can speak on the matter. First off, what I want to say to the mother that had to witness that, I am so sorry that you had to hear something like that. I would never want to hear something like that. The reason why they did that is to reassure you that they are always in control. That by you calling and them telling you something, they just reassured you that no. People just say what they need to say on the phone to just shut you up and make you quiet. When in reality, that's not how that situation goes. Now, what people have to understand is in prison, everyone's bad. Everyone. I know that there's some people that y'all say, well, no, people are innocent. There's innocent people that's locked up. That shit 1 out of 1,000. For real. And majority of motherfuckers that's in there that didn't do it, it's karma for some other shit that they catching back on. So God just snatching them like that. You got to look at it that way too. Or something they parents did fucked up and that shit passed on to their kids. But there's always retribution. So when you look at that type of stuff, to speak on that situation, like I said, everyone in prison is bad. So y'all need to forget this whole idea that it's a wonderful fucking place. It's not. It's not at all. The shit is hella dangerous. Like hella dangerous. And I'm not saying this to make people panic and be in an uproar and just, you know, wig out. No. It's been like that forever and that's how it's gonna be, and you calling ain't gonna change shit. Obviously, the mother found out about that when she got the cell phone call and her son was getting his ass beat. Now, we're going to go into that because an individual was talking about, oh, the gangs run this, the gangs run that, and blah, 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 blah. The warden runs the fucking prison. The warden runs the prison. Okay? So let's get that out of there. Okay? Yes, there's gangs. The gangs keeps everything level to make sure there is no killing going on. That's what the gangs do. See, people ain't gonna say that. The gangs are actually, in that situation there, they're trying to make sure their people survive and make it home. So, you know what I mean? So there's a big homie of every gang, and they all talk to the others, and they make sure shit is the way it's supposed to be. That's why we showed you the second clip about the race politics. That's basically gangs. And then in each of those gangs, you got different gangs. You got the black car, you got the white car, you got the Hispanic car. And then within those cars, you know, within the Spanish car, you may have Paisas, and then you might have Puerto Ricans. You know what I'm saying? Two different gangs up in there. Then within the white boys, you know, you might have the skinheads, and then you may have the bikers, like your Hells Angels and your Mongols and all those type of people. And then within the blacks, you'll have your Crips and your Bloods, your GDs, Vice Lords, so on and so on. So, I say all that to say this. That situation that was going on like that, that was a punishment to the individual because he obviously owed money. Like, I'm telling you, motherfuckers ain't doing that shit no more where they pressing people like that to the point to where, oh, if you don't give me no money, I'ma rape you, or this. It's too many undercover punks in first off the get that wanna get fucked. That's the first thing. A lot of your husbands, they like to get fucked. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. So that shit ain't going on. And then on top of it, now you'll get like 5 to 10 more years added onto your sentence for raping a nigga. Why would you rape a nigga when you can give like 3 soups and get some head from a punk? You know what I'm saying? Like, make it make sense. So, no. When you're getting beat up and all that shit like that, that's a punishment. That's, you owe money, or you done started some shit that done caused a whole bunch of bullshit. You know, and that's what it is. But for him to be calling saying, hey, I need money, this, that's because he owe money. That's what that is. A lot of people come in prison and everybody lies in prison. You know, even I lied. You know what I mean? You know, so what you choose to lie about is what separates how things go. You feel me? Like, a nigga ask me where I'm from, I'm pretty much gonna lie and tell you something else. That's what I lie about. But my case or any shit that's going on, I'm gonna stand on 10 on it. You feel me? Because I can get killed behind that. So, in his situation, you know, he obviously was an individual that came in. He probably was getting food from the store man in there who sell food on the low, and he getting it and talking about, oh, my mama gonna drop the money on my books. My mama gonna drop the money on my books. And he ain't even talked to his motherfucking mama. And now he done ran up $100 tab. And that man want his motherfucking money. So, there you go. Is it right? Hey. If you don't want those things to happen to you, then you need to be a law-abiding citizen and don't do dumb shit like we all did to go to prison to put yourself in a situation to even go through something like that. Because you ain't going to go through no shit like that in the free world. You're just going to get bill collector just calling your phone.
Cause and effect.
Yeah. Hey, see, that's the other episode.
Yeah.
Cause and effect. Like, Going to jail, that shit is whack as fuck. Whoever came up with this idea that, oh, you need to go to prison and come out to prove you a man, that's a crock of shit. No, that mean that you's a goddamn fool to go to fucking prison. Like, as a man, why would I want to leave this world with all these fine ass women out here to go and be locked up in an area where there's nothing but motherfucking funky ass men? And all of them was a brick man. All of them was a millionaire. Like, come on, bruh. Everybody was the plug. No, you wasn't, nigga. You got caught smoking dope in the back of a Sunoco, jacking your dick. That's what you in here for. And you took it to trial, you dumbass, they offered you probation, and you took it to trial, now you got 20 years. That's you, nigga. Yeah. So you gotta live around these type of people every day. And then on top of it, what you have to understand about the chain gang, we don't fear the inmates. We fear the motherfuckers who run that bitch, the police, because they killing us in that motherfucker. And then they write that shit down how they want to, and then send your family some bullshit. Some real bullshit. Listen, man. In so many ways, I'ma just explain it to you like this just to keep shit on the up. Hypothetically, in a CM camp, closed management, that means that you did something really bad, got caught with a cell phone, or you just hella violent. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't trust you to be among the open population. So you're in a cell by yourself or with one other person. And if you're in there with another person, man, you better pray that motherfucker ain't no animal. Cause if so, our nigga gonna take some. You gonna have to kill that nigga. It was a situation with this dude, man. This nigga had 3 life sentences, right? It was this white boy. White boy, he cool as fuck. Cool as fuck. Like, you could tell he grew up in the hood and shit. Right? Police that they ain't like that shit because it was a bunch of ass rednecks. They ain't like how he hang with the niggas and move and, you know what I'm saying? He could play basketball, all that shit. So they end up putting him in CM. They put him in there with this nigga. This dude, this white boy only had a fucking year and a day, man. A year and a fucking day. Put him in there. They put him in CM and put him in that fucking cell with this nigga that's got 3 life sentences. Man, look. The man killed the boy. The boy tried to fight for himself, defend himself, because the man wanted to fuck him. And, you know, Jit wasn't on that shit, and he fought, he couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Jit was only like 5'10", this nigga 6'7". And he a nigga. And he wanted to fuck. So after he killed them, you wanna know what's fucked up? After he killed them, he was fucking them. And he kept putting them, when the count go by, he was putting them in the bed like he sleep, but where you could see his face. So he had him in the cell for about like a week, and he was fucking them that whole time. And finally they realized something because it started smelling real bad. Mm. Yeah, bro. Yeah. And y'all want to know how I know this? Because I taught GED when I was in prison. I wasn't no dumbass nigga working in the kitchen. You know, I didn't go when they gave us the aptitude test. I didn't go Christmas tree to fucking test. I took the test for real, and I got a good ass job. Everybody else was like, fuck that. They just Christmas tree the bitch. In my mind, I'm like, bitch, we ain't going nowhere, so take your time and take the test. But that's how I think. Anyway, I taught GED. And the white boy was in the GED program, and I used to have to go and give him his homework. And so I kept sliding his homework through the slot. And, you know, if you see a bitch sleep, you know, you ain't finna be wake him up. You gonna respect it. I mean, that's real shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, after a while, though, nigga wasn't giving the homework back. So, yeah. But that nigga was up to stinking.
Crazy.
Yeah, bro. And that shit planted in my brain. And that's just one story. Yeah, that shit wild, bro. Let me tell you. So you people know, because you, obviously that's probably not horrific enough to scare you straight to want to do the right fucking thing. Okay, I'm going to tell you what happens in intake. Like when you leave the county jail and you go to the reception center, which is CFRC, Central Florida Reception Center. And anybody that's watching this that's been through this shit, they finna say, man, he telling the motherfucking truth. So this is what happened. They wake you up like 1 in the morning. You get on the bus, you go there. When you go there, you can feel the devil. That's the best way I could put that. You can feel the devil. And if your faith is weak, my boy, yeah, you in the shit now. When I got there, on the bus coming from Orange County, it was about 14 of us. And it was an old timer on there. He asked, he said, hey, any of y'all been to prison? I was like, yeah, I've been up the road. I've been to the feds. He's like, nah, I'm talking about the prison, to the chain gang. I kind of was offended, but then I realized about 45 minutes later what he was talking about. He said, look, man, when y'all get there, let's just please just be quiet so we can get through. Because what happens is when you go in as a group. You get what I'm saying? So you got all these buses, like fucking 15, 20 buses, because they coming from all different county jails. So you got all these groups. And so when you come off, it's like these drill sergeants, like they hollering at you and shit, slapping you, all kind of shit. Like, nigga, you gotta be a smart ass nigga to weed through that shit without, cause they want pressure. They want it. Like it's no
Off rip.
Off rip. All that shit. You gonna be like, where they get these white boys from?
Yeah.
These Jerry. Remember I told you about Jerry?
Right.
Jerry. That's how I know about Jerry. You know what I'm saying? Like these white boys. Yeah. These all white boys that was supposed to go in the NFL and they played college football. 6'8", 7 foot, 400 pounds, and they ain't fat.
Right.
Straight up. You get off that bitch, they straight calling you a nigger. Get your ass out this motherfucking bus. And then you outside, my nigga, you gotta get asshole butt naked out motherfucking side. Then you got female COs walking by, giggling at niggas that got little dicks. They looking at they and then the crazy thing about it is if you get caught eyeball looking back at them, cause they do it on purpose. Because when you do that, then that's a disciplinary right there. Cause they say you eyeball fucking them. They do that shit on purpose. Man's a bitch there. I can't stand that bitch. They called her the Black Widow. and she'll purposely sit in front of you with her legs got open and dare you to look at her pussy. And she got them bitches up in there too, my nigga. And if you look at that shit, them niggas gonna come in there and beat your ass. She got off on that shit. They say that hoe lived in Rosemont. I prayed I ran into that bitch one day. I said I'll just crash my car into that hole and be like, oh, my bad. You know, because I got insurance. I was going to play it off. I never ran into that bitch. That bitch was evil, bro. Shit's evil, my nigga. Yeah. My grandson over there like, damn, granddaddy. But it's good that he get it. Because I'd be damned if mine go. And that's the problem. Y'all need to stop sparing your kids. Sparing your kids and shit. That's why you getting them phone calls with your son getting his ass beat. Because he ain't learned shit. You know what I'm saying? He ain't learned shit from sitting in the county jail.
Call him mama.
He ain't learned shit when he got into prison. That same stripes of shit he on, now he getting his ass beat.
Mama can't save you, boy.
Yeah, real talk. That's one thing I can't say. I was blessed with a family that still on business. Like I was mischievous, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I open the door for a woman, you know what I'm saying? I say yes sir, no ma'am. So for me, I dodged 90% of the bullshit that was going on. Cause I already knew like, oh, it's some fuck shit finna go on. That's why I ended up being the big homie where I was at so fast. Because how I thought. You know what I mean? It wasn't that I was a tough nigga, cause I ain't tough. I'm just smart. Now if we're gonna throw down, we're gonna throw down. I ain't no bitch, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm not no big motherfucker. It's just how I thought. You know what I'm saying? So niggas voted me in. That's how it went. And I kept shit straight. Like, I ain't want niggas to come back. I tried to educate them jits as much as I could. You know? Was it always peaches and cream? No, it wasn't. There's situations that happen and you have to do what you have to do. Situations just like that. You get what I'm saying?
Straightening.
And, you know, when those situations happen, guess what? They fall in line. They don't do that shit no more. You have to do stuff like that, because if you don't do stuff like that, then what's going to happen is they're going to cross the line. They're going to go over here and fuck with one of these white boys. Now we got a race riot now. Where it went from a 5 people thing, it's now went to hundreds of people. Because you didn't teach your son or your daughter the right way. You spared the rod, spoil the child. I ain't saying beat your kid to death, but my kids, I whooped their ass. Ain't now one of them been in trouble. All of them came to see me too. You know what I mean? I made them come see me. I want them to see this shit. You know? I want them to understand this ain't something you glorify. So, getting back to all that, yeah, get off that bus. They got your butt ass naked out there. You feel what I'm saying? And then, you know, it's like kind of like military. You got a left face, right face, all that shit. You know, so that make you turn to the left. And then they said some shit. Yeah, bruh. What I say it is, every motherfucker that's been there, they gonna start laughing. They tell you to turn to the left, right? And they say, all right, fellas, get to know your neighbor. I'm like, I'm a smart motherfucker, but I'm like, fuck he talking about? My nigga, because you got everybody together. Now they making everybody come together with 2 lines. So everybody got to get close. Now, my nigga, you my dog. But if you naked and I'm naked, I'm not trying to be close to you.
Hell no.
You get what I'm saying? But how that shit be, my nigga? And shit get weird. Because you got some niggas in there that's faggots. So they shit getting erected on another nigga. Now you got fights coming out. Shit, wow. And this is all in your first day. This all in your first day in the first 4 hours. And then you gotta run to all these different areas, go do a shot, go do this, go get your hair cut. Oh man, I thought I was cool. I thought I went and got a nice all over, real low and shit. So they ain't scout my motherfucking alien ass head. Shit, they ain't give a fuck. Nigga, that shit bald head. Everybody bald head. Like motherfucker, what's Project Pat's head? Bald head, scallywag. No hair in the back. Yeah. That's how that shit going. That shit is hell. And then, you know, you got to deal with outside, you know what I'm saying? You know, the outside world, you missing the outside world, all that shit. That's why I tell people, that's why so many people tell, too. Because they don't want to leave the outside, so they don't, you know.
Sing like a bird.
Yeah, they sing like, not like a bird, like them old opera sing. Oh, like they hit all the octaves. See, a bird only hit chirp, chirp, chirp.
Yeah.
Gave him, oh, la, la, la. It's the old this, and he sold it here, the gun is over there. Like, that's what the fuck they do.
The most replayed moment.
Exactly. Digado, how much time can I get low? Digado, I got probation! And then you niggas give them a verses. But that's just, you know, I'm just bitter. So yeah, that's how this shit go, man. That's how this shit is going. So I say all this to say this. I want you, when you're thinking about doing something and you know that it is a possibility you can go to jail for it, not get caught, but it's against the fucking law, what I'm saying. I want you to think about this shit that I'm talking about, because your ass get caught, you going to jail, you're going to lose your wife, you're going to lose your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever, your kids, your freedom. Most importantly, you're going to lose time and that's something you can't never get back. You feel me? I want you to think about that and please try to find another solution to do the right thing. Like, that whole thing, when you come home from prison, people respect you and all that shit. Man, that shit don't mean shit. That shit is garbage, nigga. People respect you if you don't go to jail, nigga. You dumbass. Like, nah, that ain't how that shit go. It ain't like no band waiting on you when you come home and all that shit. No. You come home fucked up. Yeah. Shit. When you go to prison, it's like you in a time machine. You get what I'm saying? So, shit, I went in, Jimbo jeans was a thing. I come back, these niggas wearing skinny jeans around this bitch. Like, I'm trying to figure out how you can put your money in your pocket. Like, a bitch gonna know how much money you got. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's why I always liked the Rockaway pants, because they had deep pockets. You know what I'm saying? But, shit changed. So, the jail shit ain't what time it is. Shit ain't what time it is. That shit whack. Anybody tell you that shit, you know, nah, they tripping. Don't even talk to them. Just X them out your life. Do the right thing is what I'm trying to say. That's what this is all about. I'm just trying to save your fucking life, yo. Do the right fucking thing. Go to school. If you don't want to go to school, go to trade school. Fucking plumbers, they make bankroll. HVAC, AC, man, bankroll. You can go to fucking trade school and be done in 2 years and make money and start your own business. So I'm not saying you have to go to college and all that. What I'm saying is do something for yourself to empower yourself so you don't have to depend on no motherfucking body. You move as your own. You know what I'm saying? Just remember that. The streets, shit ain't what it is. Nothing is what it is if it's worth you losing your freedom. Like, why would you want to take a gamble with your life? Because that's what you're doing. Because when you go to prison, your probability of dying has skyrocketed. When I was in prison, my life insurance sent me a letter saying they canceled my life insurance because my like the, I'm trying to think how they worded it, but they basically were saying my life expectancy was a lot lesser because I was in prison. Like, the reality of me dying had just escalated a whole bunch. You know what I mean? That shit ain't really hit me like that. I ain't really think of it like that. But yeah.
Damn. You dropped it?
Dropped me. Global life. It dropped my ass like a bad habit.
Sheesh.
But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know, you should never allow yourself to fall into a position to where you have to do something that's going to compromise your freedom. And that's just ultimately what I'm just trying to get to you guys to understand. So, if this is this like a version of a scare straight thing, I don't know what the fuck it is. I know y'all just heard that loud ass goddamn car that just drove by. That's Jerry.
Yeah, purple truck too.
That's Jerry that I was telling y'all about.
A Silverado.
That y'all be talking about that y'all gonna whoop. Nah, he ain't gonna whoop Jerry. You can tell he can fight just how loud this pickup truck is. Jerry ain't fucking off. Jerry, come on! Come on! He one of them motherfucking white boys. I ain't fucking with no white boy like that, man. He one of the ones you'll knock him out and he'll wake up and come back fighting some more. He one of them type of motherfuckers. I ain't trying to. Once I knock you out, bro, like let's just forget this shit and keep it moving. He want to keep coming fighting some more. Yeah. I'm drunk and I'm high. So that's what I wanted to share as far as on that. We're gonna go into the gray area so we can wrap this all up. In the gray area, I wanted to speak on. I'm fucked up, so I can't remember the guy's name, but it's the individual who his son got shot, and so the police shot his son, and then what he did was he got in his car and ran a police officer over as payback.
Mm-hmm.
It's all on the media, everywhere and shit. I think it's a tragic thing. You know, I think nobody wins in that situation. I think what happened to his son, yes, that's a tragic thing. Especially to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But we gotta learn to fight with this instead of this. We gotta learn to fight with this instead of this. Because in reality, by you take injustice like you did. And I understand you're hurt. I respect it. I respect your hurt. But now you leaving your wife and your other kids to defend for themselves. That's what I'm saying. So now you got not every policeman is bad, but there's some bad ones out there. So now you got the bad ones out there with your wife and your children. You can't defend them from where you at. So in reality, you gotta play ball. Unless you just gonna let them get killed or let them get, whatever they decide to do to them. And it'll get written up as a mistake. So,
Rodney.
What's his name?
Rodney L. Hinton.
Rodney L. Hinton
Yeah.
is his name. That's the gentleman who ran over the police officer, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So Rodney L. Hinton is his name.
Ohio. Father.
From Ohio. And like I said, as being a father myself, Swas is a father, we definitely can understand his pain and the possibility of why he did what he did. Fuck it, I'ma say it. Look, bro, you know what I would have did? I would have did some shit like that, but I wouldn't have got caught, bro. I wouldn't have just did that shit for everybody to catch me, bro. I would have just been popping their ass little bit by little bit. That's just the truth. I'm not doing no shit like that, but I'm just saying, had it been in, that's what I would have did, bro. Cause it's easy to just catch them slipping. They just run into a bit broad daylight. That's just junkie stunt. That shit stupid to me. I'm not finna go run on no goddamn police officer and broad motherfucker daylight.
Could be his only child.
I understand, and okay, that's okay, but
he probably just had a temporary insanity moment too, because he viewed the footage, and the lawyer said he just got up, walked out the office, got in his car, and then that happened. Just ran. Could be temporarily insane, man. Could be his only child.
listen, man. I'm gonna tell you this right here, and then we're gonna leave that alone. All right, y'all heard what he said, right? Okay, cool.
Eye for eye.
Okay, cool, right? Y'all think Mr. Hinton, that shit gonna work for him? Okay, I'm finna show you another situation since we're in the gray area. I don't remember this guy's name either, but this shit is going on right now in New Jersey. There was 3 white boys, teens, doing a TikTok prank, kicking in the fucking door in this man's house at 3 o'clock in the morning. The gentleman, the homeowner, not the fucking renter, the homeowner was a African American male. Of fear, he shot. He killed one of them, and I think he injured the other. Okay, he shot all of them, I think, but only one died. Right? These white boys kicked in the fucking door at 3 o'clock in the morning, the back door of the house. Or the front door. I don't know what door. They kicked the door you ain't supposed to fucking kick. Right? 3 o'clock. Wham, 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 wham. Okay. Do you know that the ones that survived said, we were just doing a TikTok prank. So now they're charging this homeowner, this black man, with 2nd-degree murder.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe it's bodily harm with the weapon and a couple other things. Now he fired his own weapon that belonged to him, not some shit that is in his cousin's name. His shit at 3 o'clock in the morning. He in the bed sleep, minding his business. Kids in the house and shit. Nah, they charged this man with second-degree murder. Now we're gonna go back to what Swap's talking about. Do y'all really think that Negro gonna get off on that shit? Talking about temporary insanity? Fuck no. They gonna fry his ass. Strap his ass in the goddamn chair. And we're gonna march for like 2-3 days, and everybody gonna have a bunch of fake ass GoFundMe's and shit, so they could put it in their own pocket instead of giving it to Mr. Hinton and his family. Cause that's what we do. Cause black folks is racist, like I said. We hate our own. We use our own to better ourselves. It's sad. You know, it's sad. We blame white folks for everything, but in reality, white folks really ain't gotta do too much work. We do all the work for them. We do all the hating on each other for them. They just sit back and just like, hey, wave and enjoy the show. We kill ourselves. They ain't gotta come over here and kill us. Y'all wondering why, oh yeah, they ain't with that shit no more. Ain't no KKK. Yeah, the KKK still around and shit, but they don't need to go around lynching niggas. We lynching ourselves. Fuck. We saving them gas. Shit, they ain't gotta do none of that shit. But you know, who am I? I ain't nobody. I'm just some dumbass nigga that's on a podcast, right? But what I do know is if you don't raise your children to have morals, if you don't raise your children to abide by the law, they're going to break the law and they're going to go to prison. And because they don't have any morals that's indoctrinated in them, when they go to prison, they're going to do something wrong that's going to get them violated. And then ultimately, like we started in the beginning, you're going to be the mother or the father on the phone listening to your child getting beat to fucking death. So this is a reality check.
Yes, hey, that was New York. Butler.
New York?
Yeah, he had a firearm felony though. He a felon.
Yeah.
So he wasn't supposed to have the fire.
Okay.
So that's on top of that, they laws. You know our laws here.
Yeah.
How it is when you get caught with that thing.
Yeah.
And you use it. There's another. Yeah. Well, we got what? We get 10. We get caught without. Right?
No, if you get caught with if you're a convicted felon caught with a firearm, it's 3 years the first time,
Mm-hmm.
and then the second time is 5 years.
Okay.
But that's not discharging. That's just getting caught in possession with a firearm.
Yeah.
Now discharge, that's a whole nother
right.
Big bowl of spaghetti.
Yeah.
But like say we riding in a car and one of us got a firearm on us and we're not supposed to, we convicted felon. That's 3 years
That's
mandatory.
3. Okay.
They ain't no, you don't even need to get no lawyer for that. You just might well just go on and get ready to do them motherfuckers 36 months. Like that shit over with, nigga. Yes, I don't care who you tell on. They're gonna be like, thank you for that information. But unfortunately, we have a minimum mandatory rule law.
Yeah.
And the only way we can change you from getting 3 years is just, completely drop the charge. And why would we do that? When we can get all this free Florida labor out of you. We got fields that need to be plowed. Cotton that need to be picked.
Wade in the water.
Yeah, man. So that's what's gonna happen.
I was just at the fact check it real quick.
Okay, so the brother who shot him, he was a convicted felon. He wasn't supposed to have a firearm, but you know what? Hey, fuck all that shit.
Yeah.
I just have to be that nigga that See what he should have did? He should have made it a way where he got the handprints on the gun. But see, then the gun probably belonged to somebody in his family. It could be like that, so he can't It ain't like a
They
throwaway.
play ding dong ditch. Instead, I play ding dong ditch. They can't run. When you play ding dong ditch, you gotta be fast, bitch.
Yeah, that's true.
Meow, pew.
Yeah. Nah, they kicked the door in. They kicked the door. I wish a bitch would try to kick my motherfucker door and I'll blow their ass back to St. Louis. Straight the fuck up. Big ass hole.
Yeah, he got second degree murder.
Yeah, man.
Malicious wounding, and 2 counts of using a firearm during commission of a felony.
Okay. So that's what's going on with
Held
him.
without bond. That's that hurt right there.
You need to get that bond so he can get up out of there.
Yeah.
I'll go on the run if I had them charges. Fuck that.
Hey, the boy deceased played lacrosse. You know he out of here.
Listen, bro. Listen, bro. I'm out of there, bro. I go somewhere where they ain't gonna fuck with me at. Second degree murder?
Yeah.
Ain't you a convicted felon?
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
please,
it's a commission of a felony.
and
So is
please
that,
don't
are
have
they talking
no-
about just him discharging it? It doesn't say that he
Yeah.
was a felon. It said a commission of a felony. You know, so I don't know.
We're gonna stay tuned with this, and we're gonna let y'all know as this shit unveil. Old Puff Daddy, his jury selection was done.
They said that one of the witnesses missing already.
Yeah.
Yeah, already. The main witness.
Hey,
Ooh,
it's hard, but it's felt.
I'm glad I'm broke.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm broke.
Yeah, man, that's just tough.
Let me stay down here. I don't need all that money.
That motherfucking part, dig. All right, world. So, we're going to close this thing out. I just want to hit y'all one more time with the 5 B's. Remember the 5 B's. Be with God. Be honest. Be prepared. Be patient. Most importantly, be yourself. If you want to hit us up, like I said, you know, if you have any ideas or anything you want us to speak on, you know, you can hit us up on our email, and that's bighomiewhatsup@gmail.com. That's bighomiewhatsup@gmail.com. I don't remember the motherfucking phone number,
It
but
was all that shit happened in Virginia. So he definitely out of here.
oh, it happened in Virginia.
Yeah, it's a Virginia homeowner.
All right, so it happened in Virginia.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was trying to like close the show, and the person who don't want nobody know who the fuck he is.
You know we dysfunctional. What number B you was on?
So listen, all right, my phone going off and everything too. All right, so that's where it's time for us to end the show. So I just want to tell y'all thank you on behalf of myself, my brother Swaz. Enough said, ENT. I said it right. I should have just fucked it up on purpose, but I ain't gonna do it like that. And hey, happy Mother's Day to all the women out there in the world. Y'all be safe, have a beautiful time, and we're gonna get up out of here like last year.